Okay, I got something kind of cool for us to look at today. This is a EICO or EICO, I'm not real sure how that's pronounced, ST-40 power amplifier. This is a 40-watt amplifier, and I believe these were kits. I think you would buy these and put them together. You put all the insides in, all the capacitors, you wire up the switches, you solder. This was my uncle's. I remember him telling me that when he built this, and this thing did work about 10 years ago. It hasn't been on since, and I don't really know how to hook it up. I don't know much about it, but real quick, we can just look at some of the switches here. There's a selector switch. There's a mode switch, balance, level, bass, and I imagine you could control the bass on either channel, and then the treble on either channel, I believe, too. I'm not sure what these switches do aside from high filter and the loudness. I pretty much know what those do. And then this little white little circle was a pilot light that would light up when it was in operation. I do believe, I'm not sure what tape monitor is. And like I said, I don't know a lot about this thing. I just think it's really cool looking. So anyway, here in a minute I will take the top off of this and we can get a look at the inside. It's pretty dusty in there. It's pretty dirty. This thing dates back to 1960. So you can only imagine that amount of dust. And you can actually smell it from where I'm at. It actually smells old. So hang on a second and I'll get the top off. Okay, here it is with the top off. Like I said, it's very dirty inside there. As you can tell, it's got some pretty beefy transformers in this bad boy. And this thing is very heavy. This amplifier's got to be at least 20 to 30 pounds, I would say. Maybe even heavier than that. So there's a filter capacitor. I'm sure that's probably no good. Looks like it's got still the original tubes. Every tube in here says EICO or EICO, however you pronounce all that. You could just see all the years of just grime and dirt inside this thing. I'm going to talk to my uncle and see if he wants anything to do with this. If not, I will probably go ahead and just go ahead and dust it off real good. I probably won't turn it on. Like I said, I don't know much about this thing. But it is pretty neat though. I mean, just all the wires, all the diodes. So I've seen these on eBay, so I thought this thing was extremely rare. But I've seen quite a few of them on eBay. I've seen a few of them on Craigslist. I guess there was more of these than I thought were out there. So, but I've seen these on eBay for like $100. So, at least they're still worth something. And here's the back of it real quick. You can tell it's fused, of course. Let's see, 40-watt integrated stereo amplifier. And there's your connections. So you have lots of options with this thing. And I remember hearing this thing on, and it has some power to it. So I'll get the back part of the inside here. That's all this would be in the front. And believe it or not, I actually have the owner's manual for this thing. I'll go through a little bit of it. I'm not going to go through all of it, but there's a lot of pages in here. So there's a good picture of what it's supposed to look like, or what it looked like when it was fairly new. And again, 40 watt. We'll go over, I'll just highlight the features here. I'm not going to read them. If you want to pause the video and read it, you're more than welcome to. And there you go, copyright 1960. Alright, so let's, and then just more stuff. I'm not going to film every bit of this owner's manual, but just a couple of the highlights, I guess. Here's the specifications if anybody's interested. Wow, look at that power consumption. Oh, there we go, 32 pounds. Yeah, it weighs every bit of that. So, what's making me think this was a kit amplifier is the fact that it tells you, how to actually put it together, what you're supposed to do, how much clearance you're supposed to have, all this good stuff. Then it tells you what everything does here, operation of controls. And if I don't know any better, I would say from this diagram, this might have been, and I may be completely wrong here, but maybe, just maybe, this was kind of the introduction for surround sound. I seriously doubt it, but kind of makes me wonder with this, when you have a left and right and a center speaker. But then again, there's no surround speakers, but still, that's pretty neat though. So, and then here's a schematic. And then a troubleshooting chart. So let's get into, and again, see, it's showing you the different items that you do to put it together. It's got terminal boards, and then the switches, the pots. Where they are, there's the switches. You got the pots right there, and terminal strips. And it kind of shows you how to solder all this good stuff. It's even got the It's even got all the hardware listing over here. So, yeah, see all this good stuff? And you can tell when my uncle made this, he checked off everything that he was supposed to do. This was kind of the introduction from my uncle. He owns an electronics company, and he has owned this company for about 30 years now. And this is actually, with this kind of stuff, is pretty much how he got his start. So here is telling you the assembly of it. And all the wires and stuff. So, and again, you can see where he went ahead and checked everything off. So, anyway, I've gone through enough of this. I don't want to take up too much time on that. But anyway, the thing is pretty cool, and I might have my uncle go through it again. He might be able to get it to work again. I can at least get it cleaned up and get the pots clean and that kind of thing. You know, all I need's, you know, just a little paintbrush and a vacuum, and that'll get rid of a lot of this. But again, anyway, I have talked enough about this thing. If you like the content that I have, go ahead and click subscribe, and I will have more videos soon. Thank you for watching.